Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chem Lock League. And as we start our franchise with the favorites, we got a bit of a mixed bag in front of us. We're currently sitting at 1-1. I don't think we have come even close to seeing what the potential of our offense can look like. We have seen a bit of a I don't know. We still have a lot of things to work out and figure out what our team is really made of. And this is going to be an interesting matchup today, as we will see Jess Trujillo with Tier 2 Rally Stopper, which I'm excited about, but also Tier 1 Workhorse. So we're going to see in a 6-inning game how much of an impact that can look like. For the Skimmers, they will have former Outlaw Lily Dubs pitching for them. And with a Tier 1 Elite 4-seam fastball, I am hoping, for our sake, that she is not nearly as effective as she was when she was with the Outlaws. So we're going to have to figure that out in the game. I'm hoping that our offense can get started. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we are doing. I'm trying to see, did I set this lineup ahead of time? It has been a minute since I've been in this franchise, as I do record these episodes further in advance, and it does look like I am pretty happy with, I'm happy with this lineup as it is, so we won't make any changes. I think we can stick with this uniform too. I'm going to see, they're going to be using their home uniform, which is all whites. I think we can get away with using our custom uniform that I made. A reminder of what it looks like. I like it. I think it's growing on me. But again, let me know what your feedback is if you have any thoughts. This was the custom one, just like I did with the Outlaws. Would love to hear your feedback if you haven't shared already. And for the Skimmers, interesting lineup for them. Aiden Hines, followed by Terrence Sparks. Look at that aging wonder at 28 years old with the white hair. Bitzer Mullins will be their shortstop in the 3 spot. Jamie Healthy, we've seen her quite a lot in the Outlaws franchise. Cameron Harper will be the center fielder. He's locked in. Ooh, we get to see former Outlaw Braden Sorelli. He'll have Tier 3 base rounder and Tier 2 tough out. So that's exactly the same as what they had, or what he had when he was with us. So that'll be interesting. B-Buck, he is also on the Skimmers, so Tier 3 fastball will be scary to see what he does, but he's tense right now, so that might not be as impactful. Hugo Base, and then Phoenix Myers will round out the lineup for our former starter, Lily Dubs. Taking a quick look at the rest of the team, Will Moran, Vincente Moon, who we've seen in the past as an Outlaw. Interesting, they only have 3 starting pitchers. They have 3 long relievers. And one of them, Swing Barnstormer, Ramon McDonough, and Beast Magana. And then Khalil Stein, Nadia Macias, and then Kinsey Mad. Kinsey is an interesting one because she has that Tier 2 reverse splits. She is a lefty, so that will always play a factor against righties and switch hitters. So we'll see if that plays a factor in today's game if we see her. But let's go ahead and jump into this ball game and see what the favorites are made of as we head to Lafayette Corner, home of the Skimmers. This will be our first time seeing the Skimmers in the entire Chem Lock League run, so this will be an interesting one to watch. Hopefully you are enjoying the new look of the Chem Lock League as we've switched teams. I know the favorites we're working on them to be in the place that we were so excited to watch pretty much every game that the Outlaws would come up with, and we're still trying to figure that out with the favorites, but I'm hoping we will get there. And look at that, Forrest Ponce, first pitch sends it deep to right center field off the face of the second deck, and he sends that out. Home run, solo shot, only the second home run in the 3 games that we have seen this team. The first one being from Jackson Nielsen in the first game, and that is a great way to get us started. We don't need to try and worry about stealing bases if we're just going to hit home runs. First pitch, and Lily Dubs is already tense. Here comes Sullivan Reddier. He is our primary shortstop playing third base, and he pulls one down the left field line, but that is tailing foul, and really great contact that they're making already. So he pops that one foul, 1-2 count, and swings at a pitch low in the zone, but makes enough contact to stay alive. No chase on that ball out of the zone, And there's a fastball gets set right back up the middle, and that is going to be a base hit. So 2 up and 2 hits. Great way to start things for the favorites. Now here's a guy we need to get going. Jack Mars is who we drafted as kind of our core of our offense, and unfortunately up to this point, we have yet to see him play a factor in any of these games, batting .250 with 1 RBI. Runner takes off. That ball hit to deep right field. That's going to get out on the line. Home run for Jack Mars. 2-run shot makes it 3-0. Lily Dubs getting shelled as she has seen 3 batters, already given up 2 home runs. And I have to come up with a nickname, or I have to come up with a home run call for the favorites. So again, I've recorded these in advance, so none of you have even seen the first episode of this series as of me recording this one. So again, if you haven't already, make sure you share your recommendations down below, and I'll keep brainstorming. I didn't expect to see so many home runs in this game already. Rhett Austin, another guy we thought was going to be very productive. I kind of looked at him to be like a great value brand Tony Centercut with those attributes, but he has failed to be productive for us. He strikes out after getting ahead in the count 3-0. Lily Dubs will get a little bit of a confidence boost there, and Cheville Spencer already chasing. Had a big double in the last game. 1-2 count, and makes contact, pulls that one foul. With 1 out, Cheville Spencer will put it up the middle. Another base hit for the favorites. A 3-0 lead here has put us in a really good position. We still don't know what our pitching staff will do, but any cushion we can get is always going to be helpful for us. Now, Dina Andrews, batting .500, but has had a really weird start to her career with the favorites. She dropped a pop foul in game 1, went to tense mojo, and she sat out the last game. So she's batting .500. She swings it all way out of the zone, striking out, and ball flies past the catcher, and able to advance to second base is Cheville Spencer with 2 outs now for Jeff Willis with Tier 2 contact versus righties. That's our primary shortstop, batting .250 on the year. He pulls 1 foul, well ahead there. 1-1 count, no speed on second. Popped foul, so he'll fall behind 1-2. Lily Dubs trying to get out of this nightmare of an inning, and she will. She managed to get 3 strikeouts, but also gave up 2 home runs on 4 hits. 3 runs total in that first inning, so things could be better for her, but we are happy with what we've seen, and thankfully we give ourselves the cushion that we think Trujillo might need. Jess Trujillo will give up a base hit here, as that's going to be blooped in front of left fielder Rhett Austin, and it'll be a leadoff base hit for the Skimmers. Now locked in, third baseman Terrence Sparks comes up to the plate, batting .667 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs on the year so far through 2 games, and there is going to be his 3rd home run and 2 RBIs as he gets a 2-run homer. That one was gone right off the bat. Second deck shot, 426, and that one took off in a hurry. 3rd home run there. It is already a 3-2 ball game, and if this first inning is any indication of the rest of the game, it's going to be fireworks all day, folks, which is not great for us to see. Jess is tense as well after 2 batters, giving up 2 hits, 1 being a home run. Now we see Bitzer Mullins with contact versus righties activated here. 1-2 count. Jess will get a grounder here down to shortstop. Jeff Willis making a diving play. He hurts himself and loses his mojo. What a nightmare. After getting 3 runs in the top of the first, we're already finding ourselves in a mess of a situation. Devin Schultz will come in as a third baseman. Reddier will move to shortstop. Dislocated shoulder on the dive for Jeff Willis, and allows the runner to reach first. I don't think that that's a mojo boost, in my opinion, but oh my gosh, this is becoming a problem. Jess Trujillo has given up her 4th hit in a row. It was single, home run, single, single, and we have runners on first and second with no outs for Cameron Harper. We'll have Tier 2 RBI 0, Tier 2 Rally Stopper activates, and that will just get Jess back to neutral mojo. Oh my god! And a misplay by our new third baseman throws the ball in the dirt on a grounder, which should have been 2. Will put us in a position where bases are loaded with no outs, and our new third baseman, I already forgot his name, is already tense. Jess, this is where you need to find a way to get out of it. 1-2 count, tough out activates for Braden. We know what he's capable of, and he does it here. He loops it over the third baseman into the left field corner, into the all the way into the corner there. 1, 2, 3 runs score, bases clearing triple for the Skimmers, and Braden Sorelli doing what he does best, and that is getting on base and clearing the base paths for himself. So this is looking ugly. Rattled Jess Trujillo. Workhorse doesn't matter if you can't stay in the game past the first inning. Braden with good speed over there at second base. Tier 3 base rounder, and Beat Buck, who's tense, will get his mojo back as he sends it to deep right center field. Easily scoring is Braden from second. It's going to be a base hit for Beat Buck, and it is a 6-3 ball game. Still no outs. 7 runners have reached consecutively. No outs yet. And Jess, is there something below rattled? We might find out. I'm going to put it on mute for just a second as I got to go get my dog really quick. I'll be right back. All right, I had to step away for just a moment. Of course, as I do, it looks like we turned a double play, so you love to see it, but I couldn't see it. And finally, we get ourselves in a decent place. Back to tense is Jess Trujillo. This ball skied to deep right field. Right up against the wall is Jackson. He leaps up and makes a home run, stealing third out. Oh my gosh, what a play from Jackson Nielsen. We know the defense is there, and we saw it. What a play from him to end the inning, but wow, what a first inning for both teams. 6-3. Lily Dubs still tense, but she's got to feel a lot better about her chances after seeing what her offense put up. Marv Panther grounds to second base. That's going to be a quick out there, and he loses his mojo. What a mess we have on our hands. I thought very confidently that we were in a good place, and now that we are not, I don't know what to do. Slowpoke activates. Jackson Nielsen will ground out to second base, and that's easy out number 2. Forrest Ponce will now come up with 2 outs. See if we can get a 2-out rally here. Get his first home run of the year and his last at bat. Lily. Oh, this ball hit deep left center field. Carrying. Will it get? Nope. It's going to die right there at the edge of the warning track. Hugo Base catches that for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Lily Dubs. She is finding her footing. She's getting her self-confidence back, and that is not what we need to see when we know Lily is lights out. So here comes the Skimmers, starting with Aiden Hines. And Jess Trujillo still tense. If she can get herself sorted out, she gives up another base hit. Never mind. I was going to say, if she can get herself sorted out, maybe that workhorse trait will help her out. I am hoping that this is an anomaly for her and not what we are going to see from her going forward. I don't recall how old she is. Look at On Fire Terrence Sparks here. Hit a home run in his last at-bat. And he'll ground to second base. Jack Mars to Ruddier, over to Spencer, out number 2. A double play, and we'll see Sparks drop back to locked-in mojo. And exactly what Jess needed here, as she's already over 30 pitches, and a grounder to second. So she gives up a leadoff base hit, but gets a double play and then a ground out, and she gets a clean inning. What a swing this has been. We are going from one end of the spectrum to the other, as we're seeing just offense and defense galore. Very, very confusing. All right, Sullivan hits one off the end of the bat, slowly dribbled to second base, but Aiden Hines is able to get that over there in time for out number 1. You see Lily gets a mojo boost. I think this will put her back to neutral. Jack Mars with a home run last time up. Hits this one off the end of the bat, and it's going to be a lazy pop-up to shortstop. Catching it is Bitzer Mullins for out number 2. And now tense Rhett Austin will come up. Struck out in his last at-bat. He's batting 200 on the year. Lily gets a pop-up here. It looks like it's going to be able to hang up in time. And yep, there's Hugo Base catching that for out number 3. So another 1, 2, 3 inning. 6 consecutive, at least 7 consecutive outs for Lily Dubs after giving up 3 runs in the first. So it's not looking good for us now. Down by 3 here in the bottom of the third. Jess Trujillo induces a pop-up here. This one has Rhett ranging back a little bit, coming back in, and then catching that for out number 1. Cameron Harper, one of the few that got out in the first inning, 0 for 1 today. Still locked in, and he'll get this one on the inside part of the bat. It's going to be popped up between first and second. Calling it is Spencer, catching that for out number 2. And Jess Trujillo back to neutral mojo, just like that. Brayden Sorelli, 1 for 1 with a bases clearing double with the bases loaded. He is prone to the strikeout despite the tough out trait, which is ironic. He's down 0-2 here and hits this one deep and hard to right field. Jackson will catch it right on the wall for out number 3. I thought that was going to be right up against the top of the wall. It died there pretty quickly. And so another good inning for Jess Trujillo. I'm so confused. I have no idea what happened in this game. Lily Dubs, I believe, is close to 40 pitches. Was that it? Yep, that was the 40th pitch. And nice hit from Cheville Spencer. That is on a line and out of here. That's a solo shot for him. His first home run of his career, or not his career, but of his career here with the Favorites. Make it a 6-4 ball game, and Dina Andrews will come up. 0 for 1 today. And Lily Dubs back to tense mojo. Swinging at the first pitch is Dina. She'll line out to shortstop for out number 1. Here comes Devin Schultz. He came in to replace Jeff Willis. First opportunity he got at third base, he dirted a throw to shortstop, or to second base, and now he is tense. His first at-bat of the year. He's a bit of a developmental piece. Also, we brought him in for pinch running where he could potentially have that distractor trait activated, and he'll fly out to left field for out number 2. I feel like we have too many pieces of this team that are not like solid hitters. It's not a very deep lineup for sure. And you can see Marv Panther now tense. Good contact hitter as he hits one to left center field. It's tailing away from Harper, but he's fast enough to run it down and catch that for out number 3. So good hit from Panther. I feel like if he's not tense, maybe that carries a little bit farther. Maybe it hits off the wall. But instead, that's going to be out number 3. And we get a solo shot from Cheville Spencer, still down 6-4. But Jess back to neutral, and she has new life in her after an abysmal first inning. And B-Buck will pop up, and that's going to be caught by Jackson Nielsen, out number 1. Here's Hugo Base. He's tense right now, 0 for 1, yet to get a hit in the in this season. Of course, anytime I say that, they end up doing it. I just knocked on wood. We'll see if that helps. 1-2 count here, and Jess will get a grounder to short. Sullivan Reddier tosses to first, easy out number 2. And now here comes Phoenix Myers, another player looking for their first hit, and again, knocking on wood. Great power, very low contact, makes it very hard to make good contact, and he swings through one there. Swings through a second one, 1-2 count with 2 outs. And that's going to be popped up, but goes foul, bounces off the netting. And another foul ball, making good contact there. And fighting to stay alive. 1-2 count once again, muscled into deep left field, and that's going to get out of here. It stayed low, but it got the best part of the wall for them, and that's going to be a solo shot. Phoenix Myers gets his first home run of the year, also his first hit of the year. You can see his hair clipping through the back of his helmet. And it is now 7-4. So the run we got back from Cheville Spencer, they immediately get it back again. And there's out number 3, as Marv Panther calls it, and catches that for to end the inning. But we wash out in the 4th, still down by 3. Heading to the 5th, we're running out of time. 6 outs left to work with. We're going to go 9-1-2, starting with Jackson Nielsen. Jackson does have a home run this year, but batting .200. I believe that's his only hit of the year. Hits one hard, but not in a good space or a good spot on the bat. And he flies out to center field lazily for out number 1. All right, Forrest Ponce now coming up, batting .286, home run today. That'll be it for Lily Dubs. Now wait, what's his name? Ramon McDonough. I was about to say Ronnie McDonough, and I was like, that's not right. Ramon McDonough comes in, and he is ahead in the count here, 0-2 already to Forrest. Takes the ball there. Ramon has not allowed a run to score, an earned run to score. A 150 whip with 3 strikeouts so far this year. And he gets a strikeout there, so make it 4. 99 miles per hour at the bottom of the zone. Pretty nasty pitch there. He is working with 3 pitches, a 4-seam, a cut fastball, and a slider. And that's going to be lined to first for out number 3. So McDonough comes in and picks up exactly where Lily Dubs left off. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. We're going to have to go through 2, 3, 4 for the Skimmers, starting with Terrence Sparks. And Chris Blopside will come in to replace Jess. Jess, mixed bag. We'll talk about that one later. Chris Blopside, we'll see what he is capable of. I was very excited to bring him back. This is his first appearance with us this year. And he goes behind 3-1 in the count. Gets a pop foul there, so it's full. And Crisp will miss the top of the zone for ball 4. He can't believe it. And honestly, if you're going to walk someone, it's probably going to be Terrence Sparks with how hot he is right now. I'm not necessarily mad about it. He's got good speed over there at first. Bitzer Mullins now comes up. Contact versus righties at tier 2 activated. Great contact, super strong power. He is a very scary hitter. 2-1 count here for Crisp against Bitzer. Ball sails high. So now 3-1. Not a good spot to be in. There's strike 2 called, and so with a full count, checking on the runner, and he'll be back safely. We'll see what we do here, and this was almost the same exact pitch he just gave Terrence Sparks. This time he swings and catches it at the top of the zone, and it's going to be a 2-run shot. Not what you want to see from Chris Blopside as he gives up another home run to the Skimmers. And at this point, I don't know. I don't think we have it in us. 9-4 ball game. Crisp is tense. Jamie Healthy will have tier 2 reverse splits active against her, making contact even harder for her. She gets a grounder to first base for out number 1. Cameron Harper comes in locked in, but again, with reverse splits activated, that will knock him below his standard traits, even though he's locked in. Crisp with a nasty curveball there. Strike 2 on the change. And a fastball at the top of the zone, so even though it didn't pay off for him twice against the first 2 batters this inning, he still challenges them with that chest-high fastball at the top of the zone. This time pays off for him as he gets a strikeout. 2 outs, and Braden Sorelli comes up, former teammates here, and saying hello to each other as they walk up to the batter's box. Tough out activates, and a liner to first to end the inning, but a 2-run shot from Mullins extends the lead 9-4 now, with 3 outs to work with, and our 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. We have to see what we can figure out here. I want to see some life out of this team, just showing that they've got some fight. McDonough has a lot of stamina to work with here, and Jack Mars will get his 2nd home run of the day as he muscles that one out to left field. That lower wall by the line makes it easier for some of those really low shots to get out quickly. His second home run of the year is the second of the day, and that makes it 9-5. So we were talking about showing some life. We see it from our offensive captain. Rhett Austin chases at the top of the zone, still tense. McDonough with a nasty slider, that looks like. And Rhett pulls one high and deep to right field. It looks like it's got some carry right up against the wall. And Braden Sorelli, what a tease. He catches it right up against the wall. I thought that was going to get out. So close. He got under it just a little too much, and that's out number one. Cheville with a home run in his last at-bat, betting 500 on the year. 1-1 count here. And that one's going to get over the head of the third baseman all the way to the wall. Hugo Base will get to it quickly and get it in. Cheville is very slow, and so he's going to be stalled out at first base. But with one out, we have a runner on first. Dina Andrews comes up 0-for-2 with max pressure right now. She takes at the top of the zone. And she'll pull one, but it goes right to Terrence Sparks. And that's going to be a double play to end the game. 5-4-3, and the Skimmers win this one. That was a nasty ball game. That was really rough to watch. If you are a fan of the favorites, the Skimmers came out in that first inning, and Lily Dubs did not look good, but neither did Jess Trujillo. At 6 runs there in the first was more than enough for them to win this one, but they added some insurance late. 5 runs on 7 hits with 1 error for the favorites. I think they called that diving attempt from Jeff Willis in the first inning an error. I don't necessarily consider that to be the case, but I don't make that call. For the Skimmers, 9 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Offensively, for the favorites, I'm honestly somewhat happy with what we saw here today. Of course, we would have liked to see a little bit more, but 5 runs generally will be enough, just not today. So we saw that leadoff home run for Forrest Ponce. That was all he was able to do. Sullivan Reddier 1-for-3. He did score a run. Jack Mars, do we see him breaking out? He was 2-for-3 with 2 home runs and a solo shot and a 2-run homer. Rhett Austin continues to be abysmal. He's going to have to drop in the order. Cheville Spencer's looking good, 3-for-3 with a solo shot. 0-for-3 from, honestly, everyone else here did not get a hit. So Dina, Jeff, Schultz, Panther, Nielsen, everyone was bad. And that's where we kind of, look, we have Jack Mars batting .429. We have Cheville Spencer batting .571. That's it. No one else is above 300. So that has to change if we want any opportunity to be successful this year, and maybe it won't happen. For the Skimmers, good day for them. 2-for-3 from Hines, 1-for-2 with a 2-run homer for Terrence Sparks, 1-for-2 with a 2-for-3 with a 2-run homer for Mullins. 3 RBIs from Braden Sorelli. It was that double that he had with the bases loaded. B. Buck with that double right afterwards to score him. And then a solo shot from Myers. Very, very frustrating loss here. Jess battled, though. We could say what we want about what we saw here today from her in the first inning, but she was a very different pitcher from inning 1 on. So the second, third, and fourth innings, she did not allow another run to score. She did give up a couple more hits, but was able to get out of that pretty consistently. So honestly, I'd be willing to give her another shot. I would expect more from Chris Blopside, though. Gave up 1 hit, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in his 1 inning pitched. That can't happen. For the Skimmers, Lily, despite giving up 3 runs in the first inning, still gets the win. 4 1/3 for her, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. Ramon McDonough comes in 1 2/3, gets a save, 2 hits, 1 earned run. It was a solo shot, and he struck out 1. It's going to be Jack Mars as the first player, Terrence Sparks number 2, and Bitzer Mullins number 3. And oof. That's frustrating. It is what it is. This team is looking very much like, let me take a look in Schultz and Foster. I think we're going to go with the younger player between the two. Schultz at 24, Foster at 19. Yeah, we're going to stick with Foster here. Give him the boost. This team is looking like a work in progress, and it's not feeling like we have what it takes to be successful this year, which it feels weird when we saw 3 consecutive years with our team going to the championship, only winning 1. But it feels weird starting with something that's not as successful. But maybe this helps you to feel like, okay, he doesn't have it rigged or anything like that. Let's go ahead and simulate to our next game, which will be against the Scroungers of the Earth Division. And they are currently 0-3, a team that had made it to the championship in year 1 has been struggling ever since. This will be our 4th game, and we'll have our 4th starter, Plover Day, scheduled to start. I might be looking to see if we could potentially get him replaced. Tucker Blaze, I think formerly of the Maulers, comes in, and he has tier 4 or tier 3 elite 4-seam fastball. That could be very scary to contend with. We'll have to figure out if we can take him down next time out. But let's take a look at what happened since the last game. So we have, okay, Asher Garcia gets a huge boost in his velocity, +7 up to 61. He is now an S tier starter. So that's what we love to see from the core player that we drafted. Jericho House with some development there at 20. I'm interested. Harrison Bowles, our outfielder, his secondary position was right field. He is now only able to play left field, so that's not good. 28 years old. He doesn't look like someone we expect to stay on the team for very long. We see Marv Panther. We get some boost in speed, lose some power with a chance to gain first pitch prayer. Don't think I'm interested in that. We have Forrest Ponce with a chance to gain clutch. I do like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at development before we make any changes. Jackson Nielsen, I don't want to do any development for him. Forrest Ponce, I'm interested here. We have enough money to afford that. Don't want to do this for Rhett. He's not a mainstay, and he's been playing horribly. Doesn't deserve it. This one, I don't want to do either because I feel like we aren't going to keep him. I mean, what's the point of investing in a player if they're not going to stick around? And if we're going to be bad, we'd rather just bring in someone who's younger. Marv Panther, I don't think this is worth the speed boost. And first pitch prayer being tier 3 is really, really bad to have. And then Jericho House, I'd say we definitely would want to give him this development. So I'm going to do these 2. So we'll do this one for Jericho, just straight across the board, 1 velocity, 1 junk, and 1 accuracy. He's currently a B. Let's see. That does not boost him up to a B+. That's okay. And then we want to do this one for Forrest Ponce. He's 27, but I think he's still going to be a good piece on this team. So we'll give him the power, speed, and fielding and see if we can get anything else on top of that. All right, so can we get a little bit of extra power? That would be really amazing. We do not. Get a boost in speed, +2. We don't get that either. And lastly, 20% chance for clutch. We don't get that. So just a couple of extra bonus points for him. Gets him a little bit faster, plus that Steeler trait. We have not really seen that utilized yet, but hopefully that changes. Now let's take a look and see what our options are for some replacement. I'm thinking at this point, we are still very early in the season, but I'm not feeling I don't feel very confident in this team. So I think what I'm just going to do is be mindful about making choices where we're not spending a ton of money to go all in this year. Especially, you can see we can't really spend a lot of money with the best players being B-. But let's see what we can look at when it comes to, first off, we just lost our shortstop. Crush Lynch could come in and be our third baseman, but she's still way overpaid. I'm actually very interested in her, but we'll have to wait. And then shortstop options, nothing really viable here. Eugene Alonso isn't bad, but I don't like him coming in. He'd be just defense. We already have a lot of that. Outfield. This I don't see as worth us making any changes in left field right now. I'm not excited about Rhett Austin at all anymore, but I think we need to be just kind of watch for any options that might be available there. And then, oh, and I'm going to circle back in just a moment to look at that 28-year-old outfielder and see if we might have an option to replace him with one of these younger guys out there. What we were talking about last time was looking to see if we can bring in a new starter for this game against in place of Plover Day. And what I'm seeing here is, geez, this looks ugly as everything you could imagine it'd be. I am interested in this guy, Homer Hardin, but at 21, that's nice. He's a lefty, that's nice. Has good accuracy, I like that. Split of the 2-seam, 4-seam slider and changeup. I'm really interested in bringing this guy in, but he's still well above his value, so we're going to have to hold off on that. Nothing else really out here that's viable for us to consider. That's a guy I'm going to keep an eye out for, but I don't like the 4-seam cut and change mix, especially the low accuracy as well. But he is a development option. And then Aspen Beck, he's okay, but he's 35, and I don't necessarily think we need to spend money on that. But really, there's nobody that we can bring in right now that is in a price range that makes sense. So it's going to be Plover Day that gets to start next time out against Tucker Blaze. So we'll see what his elite slider can do at tier 3. With that being said, oh yeah, I wanted to check out the who's this left fielder? Harrison Bowles. He's 3.8 million. He's worth 3.7. He's nothing. Like he was just a draft at the end to appease our chemistry, I imagine. So what we'll do is we'll definitely look to see if we can get younger here, and maybe find somebody that we can develop. So our options would be, and he is spirited, so we'd have to find, like we could do this one right here, Vito Cummings instead of the guy we were just looking at. And I actually like that. Tier 2 clutch. He's crafty. Kind of a below average everywhere, but 21 has a chance to develop. The other option would be this guy right here, Rocco Marshall. But the traits don't interest me at all, so I wouldn't be that interested. So we'll watch for Vito. His value is 2.6, so he is a ways away from getting to where we would replace him or bring him in, but that'll be something we look at and watch for sure. Vincente Vainman could be an option as well. He's 24. He's Dive Wizard, which is nice. And Giselle Patton, yeah, that's not really interesting to me, and she can only play center field. So eventually I want to get a better right fielder to be our starter. It'd be nice to have Jackson Nielsen, but only as a backup option. All right, so what we will do is set our lineup and then go from there. Look at all those tense players. Ugh. See what they recommend. We have Levi Woods in here, as Dina is tense. She grounded into a double play to end the game. Jack Mars, he's locked in. Phil Spencer's locked in. Rhett Austin DHing is kind of embarrassing. Forrest Ponce at third. That sucks, but Jack can only play second. That'd be nice to get him developed to play other infield positions, because he's a decent fielder with a good arm. Yeah, I guess Forrest is playing third base. I don't like him as a defender at all, but that is what we have to work with. Marv Panther will have to stay in. Sullivan Reddier, and then Harrison Bowles or Colby Foster. Honestly, I'd rather give Colby the the start here, as he is actually a chance to be successful on the team, and he's decent. There's just some hope here. Jackson, with him being a better fielder, I'm actually going to position swap them. I'd rather have him take the hit in the fielding department than Colby. Um, Actually, never mind. He's a decent fielder, so I can take the hit, and Jackson has the better arm in right field, so we'll keep him there. So what do we do here? We're going to lead off with... We'll keep Forrest Ponce in the leadoff spot. Number 2, I guess Sullivan is doing okay, so I'll put him there. Jack Mars will get the 3. Spencer, number 4. Levi, this is everyone else's bad. Colby, let's see what you can do. We'll put you here, Levi, then Rhett, then Jackson, then Marv. That'll be our team. This next game is going to look really bad. I'm very certain of it. What are they, home? They're home, so we'll be away. I will switch it to our standard away uniform. And that's what we're going to be looking at next time out. So it's going to be bad. But we'll see what some of our younger players can do, and we'll see if maybe there's some hope for our future. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, as bad as it looks, you're enjoying this this new experience, us having to kind of rebuild, and I'm sure we'll take a lot more control as we head into the off season, assuming things don't change. But you know what? The Outlaws started off slow in a lot of their seasons, and we still ended up doing really well towards the end, so maybe that'll be the case for us this time as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.